action. So Gary just got back from Arizona, and you brought back, what are these?
Well, we've got two different kinds of tequila. Both are from Patron, and both are made in Mexico. So this one in the green here is their silver, which is essentially a non-aged tequila. And on the right is the Reposado, which has been aged for a minimum of 2 months.
And so how do we unbox these?
Take a look. So they come in these cardboard packages, and these are the 1 liter sizes. So they're slightly above the regular 750s.
So just a simple
So you've just got an open flap here with a cover on the lid for the lid. You just pull them out.
Nice. Okay.
Now the nice thing about Patron is that each bottle is individually bottled, and they've actually certified the bottling process on the back here. So they provide you a number and I guess the initials of whoever's bottled it. That's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
So we're gonna do a little taste test, see how these go. So I think because this one's the aged one, we'll start with the unaged one. Get that cracked open. All right.
And I'm guessing your chase is water?
Well, I'm not really going to chase these down because they're, from my understanding, they're quite smooth tequilas, from my experience. So you don't really need chase for them.
What would you recommend people chase them with?
Yeah, I think for tequila, you just want to go with the basics, which is salt and lime. I know that for other drinks like mezcal, you're supposed to chase those with pepper and an orange slice. But for tequila, if you're going to use something, use a slice of lime and some salt. If you don't have that, lime juice. Obviously, you can make cocktails with it, but in general, I prefer to just drink it straight.
Great. Just before you take the shot, it's a full glass. Okay.
So there's an initial impact on that, right on your palate. It's very dry. It's a very dry tequila, and it has very little aftertaste. It's a little bit of the agave, but it's not very strong. It is a 80 proof, 40% alcohol, so it is a full strength tequila, but it definitely tastes maybe like a 35 or a 30 or 70 proof.
And that was this guy.
So that was
right
the silver.
Yes, which comes in that bottle. And this one would be great with no chase because it has no aftertaste.
Correct.
Much.
Yeah, doesn't have much at all.
Now we're trying the other one, and this one is.
So this is their Reposado. This has been aged for a minimum of 2 months.
Wow.
Now Patron has a third series, which is their Añejo.
Yeah.
Now that one has been aged for a minimum of 12 months per
That's
bottle.
crazy.
Fortunately, that one is quite rare in some cases, and I wasn't able to source it at this time, but next time. So we'll use a fresh glass. So let me just
rinse your mouth.
let's give it a pour. These bottles are a little tricky to pour out of without spilling, I noticed. Okay, so the smell immediately is different. This has a distinct, almost like a floral smell to it,
So
and a little bit oaky. I guess maybe they aged them in oak barrels. Perhaps, I'm not sure. They don't describe how they aged them.
So what would you think the taste would be like compared to the first one?
Well, I'm definitely thinking there's going to be some sort of aftertaste on the finish. Probably something floral, I'm guessing. Let's give it a shot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It almost reminds me of a little bit of whiskey or scotch. It's got that aged kind of peatiness to it. and it's not nearly as dry as the silver. Wow, it's almost like a completely different tequila. That's incredible. Interesting.
Yeah, that is
So
quite
on my, if I have to rate these, I would say that if you're gonna have a if you want some tequila, maybe on the rocks, or perhaps to make a cocktail with, you're definitely going to want to use the silver.
And that is because you add stuff to it and it's not just by itself.
Yes, it doesn't really have any aftertaste. If you want a shot of tequila that's really delicious and you really don't need any lime with it, this is what I would go for. So I would say out of 10, I would rate this at an 8. And this I would rate at a 9.5. So quite the difference. But then again, you also keep in mind this is a little bit more expensive. So probably about 20% more expensive in general on this bottle. So if you want to go for a little bit more cost-effective tequila, go with the silver. So I hope you enjoyed. We'll be doing another liquor review at some point whenever I obtain a couple similar but different tasting beverages. Have a good one.